Hands on one. Bless you, my friend. All right, everyone, we are here for the next interview on our slate this evening, and we are pleased to have a chat with Cathrine Hacher and Shane LeCocq, the creators, the creative talents behind 5-Star Dinner Club. And the reaction that I've heard in regards to this film has been incredible. People are absolutely thrilled with the concept. It is snarky, it is smart, there are a lot of zingers, it is very tightly written, and maybe that's just my personal opinion, but I think my personal opinion counts for a lot because I have a microphone.
I love your personal opinion.
Very good. So the first thing I would want to ask of the two of you, where did the idea behind the con that you run in 5-Star Dinner Club come from? Is that from personal experience? Were you subject to this con once and decided to make a film about it? Where'd it come from?
Well, I can't take credit for any of that. A friend of mine is a very creative, humorous writer. He has a book of shorts that he writes for film students so that they'll have short films that they can produce. And so he's very creative. His name is Robert Turnage. And when I got the script, it was about 8 pages. And I thought, let's develop the characters more. What else can we do? And we sat together and worked together, and we kept saying, what else can we do? What could they say? Oh, wouldn't it be funny if they said that? And so then it grew to 14 pages from there. And so and then some of the creative things that the actors did, even in auditions, I went, oh, that's good. We're going to stick that in there. And so it grew from just this one small original script that he sent to me just to review for some other projects I was doing, and that's the one I want to do for LA Film Prize. So.
Outstanding. And is this type of comedy that we get a taste of in 5-Star Dinner Club, is that your forte? Is that what you like to be responsible for directing, and being behind the creative development of?
I think when you are a creative, you have to take whatever is given to you or comes to you, or you have to say, well, listen, my idea was to go this direction, but wait, I'm being offered something from this direction. So I hadn't originally intended to do a comedy. I had intended to do a drama. And when I found the script and when it was sent to me, I went, oh, wouldn't this be cute? Now I do have I don't admit it very often, so why not admit it here, right? I have a little bit of a ornery side, and so I liked the ornery side of the characters, and I liked the way that our lead character, our Stan, who is the con in this one? Is it the members of the 5-Star Dinner Club, or is it Stan? And so some of the feedback that I got from some of the others was, it is so wonderful that his inner talents, that he was discounted. They didn't even know what he could do, and that he was able to use those, and really was the more intelligent one. When it comes to the end of the film, you go, oh, he is the intelligent one, not some of the others that were in the 5-Star Dinner Club.
Shane, question for you. Tell us a bit more about Catherine's ornery side.
I'm unaware of an ornery side from Cathrine.
She just said she had one,
the
so.
Sweetest thing I know. So. Oh, okay. Well, she did gaff me. She did gaff me. The casting for my part came down to someone else that she knows personally, and myself. And she got on the phone. And she was very, low-spoken, and it's between you and another guy, and I know this guy, I know his track record, and and I had a really tough time, and it was like, she was just trying to let me down really easily. And she said, well, despite that, we went ahead and cast you anyway.
Joke's on you, right?
Jokes on me. Exactly. So I said, okay, that's what we're dealing with. That's good. Set the precedence.
Outstanding, outstanding. One thing that I noticed about this film more so than just about almost any other that I've watched this year is that places in Shreveport almost acted as if they were another character, as opposed to just being background. If you spend any time in Shreveport, you know Rhino Coffee, you know 2J's, you know these places. Why were those places chosen? Why was place such a big feature in Five Star Dinner Club?
Well, I knew I didn't want a chain. I wanted it to be a really original place, and my Louisiana producer, locations person, Beth Van Zant, I said, I want an intimate coffee house, and I want it to not be a chain. And so she says, I know just the place. And so she set about and made it happen. And then I said, and now for the restaurant, I want it to be rich looking. I want it to look like a 5-star dinner club. I mean, I want it to look like this would be a place. And so she said, oh, I know just the place. And it seemed like every time I asked her for something, she'd say, oh, I know just the place. And she'd send me pictures. I went, yeah, that's just the place. And she made it happen. And so I think part of any creative team is surrounding yourself with the people who can do the things you can't. There is no way I could do what she did for us. And so, yeah, those two locations became part of the characters, because without those two places, and especially the restaurant, that is the setting. That is their weakness, is that rich, decadent, wonderful food. And we needed something that said that. And she delivered.
Outstanding. Very good, very good. Shane, the beginning of what I guess you could term the denouement for this film was when everybody collectively loses the game and picks up their cell phones to start filming. There are so many parallels, I think, that most of us could draw in real life where we actually see that happening, where people lose the essence of what is happening right in front of them because they have to pick up this camera and now look at it through a filter. Tell us a bit about what you thought about that part of the script and whether or not you saw something in there like I saw.
It kind of speaks to an epidemic that's happening with our cell phones. I think that's part of the spoke of the wheel here, is that you get and if you have a cell phone these days, you're guilty of it. Yeah. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, as much as I railed against it for years and still try to, I still find myself doing it. I hope that 5-Star Dinner Club or 5-Star Dinner can become sort of the catchphrase for people putting that behavior in check. Because the ritual of being at table with people and interacting is something that I actually studied in school as a sacred activity, and we've lost it because, hey, did you get my text? I'm sitting right next to you. What are you talking about? Just tell me, moron. I mean, it's that kind of thing. We're kind of obsessed with that. So, I mean, that's one spoke on the wheel. I liked it because it's very relevant. It's sort of, it kind of is an anti, it's a statement against that sort of behavior. I think we've lost the class of sitting together at table and just having a conversation with people, and that should be kept that way, at least. I mean, we're on our phones the other 23 hours of the day, it seems, or, whenever we're not sleeping, and it should be that is at least. I enjoy parents who keep that discipline. I see that discipline in their kids. Right. Because kids have phones now before they're even, 9 or 10, and I enjoy seeing parents that still have that discipline for their kids to at least keep that time honored. We're here to eat and interact non-digitally.
Absolutely, absolutely. Cathrine, did you intend for Five Star Dinner Club to kind of also be a critique of the insidious way that modern technology has kind of atomized everyone and disallowed us to enjoy our company in the fashion that we should?
I think that there were two things that really I wanted to come across in this film.
Yes.
Absolutely, the technology and how it disrupts relationships. You know, because in fact, my poor husband and I will be in a restaurant and I'll say, "Look at those people over there. Help me get a picture of it." You know, because I teach classes on nonverbal communication, and so in my other world, I'm a professional speaker, and I talk about what are we saying with our actions, and I have a book out that's Everything About You Speaks, and so it's what are you saying? What you're saying, even if the phone is on the table, you're saying that someone more important might just call me while I'm spending time with you. The phone should not even be present in an interaction, in a meeting, in a relationship, on a date, in bed. You know, I don't know. You know, so actually, I had someone I was coaching who went through a divorce because he was addicted to his phone, and he was on his phone all through the night. You know, checking Facebook, checking Twitter, you know, texting people, and he had it has become an addiction. So that this electronic devil is more important than the eye contact that I can make with you. So that's a really important issue and an important message to get out. The other thing we want to look at is bullying, and we soft-sold the idea that here are 5 people who don't even care about this person, and all I care about is filling my belly with really great food, and I don't care at what cost to you. And so it was a soft sell on bullying, and that even the underdog, even the person being bullied, has options. If you get creative, if you think about, you know, how can I deal with this situation? So, you know, it was snarky. Yeah, I like that word that you used. It was snarky. It was cute. It was funny. And it had this little piece of intelligence that came into it that said, you know, I can deal with you. Watch this. Check, please.
Absolutely. Please, no, absolutely.
One of the fun things that I enjoyed playing along those lines was the fact that I think it's assumed that Lance, my character, comes up with the rules, and that he uses on the surface what we're talking about here, a moral rule that speaks to this idea in a manipulative way to set up, you know, the mark, and I think that's one of the main reasons why he gets his due karma or whatever in the end.
No, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. And I love that you use the word denouement. Thank you for. Yeah, so kind of ironic, you know, that happens. It's sort of it turns on him.
Yeah. That was definitely the turning of the tide of the film, and so that's when the knot either started to be tied or be untied,
right,
depending on your perspective within the film. Absolutely.
Right.
Outstanding. Cathrine, what is next for you with regards to filmmaking? You know, you said you wanted to make a drama, and then this was presented in front of you, and it was apparently an opportunity you could not pass up. Is there still a drama tugging at you? What's going to be next for you?
Well, sometimes I can be, to my detriment, a little bit of an overachiever, and I actually did the drama. So I shot Five Star Dinner Club in March.
Okay.
And I shot my drama in May.
Outstanding.
So I submitted 2 films to the contest. And the drama is a cause-based film addressing PTSD and how service dogs are playing a really important role for helping these veterans through the nightmares and the panic attacks. And we actually had trained service dogs on set, and we were able to get a named star in that film. And so when we found out that Five Star Dinner Club made it into the top 20, then I've pretty much set another front line aside for now. And now that we're getting through this process, I'm going to finish it because we cut it down because the story wanted to be longer.
Sure.
And it was too long. So we kept cutting pieces of it out. Now we can put all those pieces back in and let it breathe and be the length that it's supposed to be, and then look at other film festivals for that one. So basically I've got to put the 4.5 minutes that I took out back in and extend all my music that was made for it. And so yeah, the drama is there. And after that, I'm already thinking, what's the next story I want to tell? And the bigger story for me is, how can I monetize the passion of making short films? Because I do like the idea of short films. I also do love the idea of getting paid. I don't know why. I don't know. Something wrong with me. Now, and really with these two films, I funded the first one myself. I got a partner on the second one. So it's not just that I have to make money, but I wouldn't mind making a living doing something that I'm really passionate about. And I really had a great time doing both of these films. And I think that I have the range to do a comedy and a drama and have that creative outlet for both. Because I like to laugh, but I also like to be serious and tell a story. So I'm going to finish another front line and then look at, what's next after that one. And I have a couple of other ideas, mostly around race car driving and women.
Ooh, okay, we'll definitely be looking out for those. Shane, same question to you. Do you expect to get a call from Cathrine lamenting the fact that she decided to cast you in her next project anyway?
Well, what was the question? Exactly.
What's next for you after this experience with Five Star Dinner Club? It seems to me that actors generally find something that they can build upon as they pursue their next role, their next project, either in front of the camera or behind it. So what's next for you after this?
What's next for me is, it's almost like every actor is, it's kind of like when someone gets hurt in a sport, next man up. It's like next project up, and you're always going to the next and trying to, because there's always that paranoia about an actor's career having the phone stops ringing or whatever. So to just continue to pound pavement. I've been doing this for, do the math here, 24, 25 years. And
so you started acting when you were 4.
Yeah. Thank you for thinking so. I have a good plastic surgeon. The fact is that I had an acting reel that essentially was lost in Katrina.
Oh,
yeah. And it's taken all these years and Five Star Dinner Club to have decent reel footage. So I feel really behind the game 2.5 decades later to finally be putting together a decent acting reel. But I feel really grateful and blessed that it can be now back on track because of the Five Star Dinner Club. So I think that's what's next, and just to try to be a crusader for the film industry down here.
Yes.
I was out the door to the other LA more times than I can care to count, and it was the hope and promise that it would grow here, and so it became try to be a bigger fish in a smaller pond and have to start all over in Los Angeles, California, and to try to help build it in my home state. So, just to continue that march forward, because we've seen some incredible progress and movement forward in this industry in Louisiana alone.
Yes. But
now all these different cities around the country, these copycats, Albuquerque, different places in Texas, obviously Georgia, it's amazing. But I still feel like this was the place that kind of started that idea, and is hopefully still somewhat of the epicenter, going forward.
that is wonderful to hear. As a Louisiana native myself, I actually left for Los Angeles in 1994. Was there for several years on the East Coast, and came back here not that long ago. And so it is wonderful to have things like the Louisiana Film Prize.
Absolutely.
That is now acting as an anchor for the industry, as a magnet. To not only draw new talent, but to keep the talent we have here.
And there is so much great talent here.
Yes.
You don't have to go to New York or Los Angeles just to find good quality talent. It is here. It's not hidden either. It's there. All you gotta do is look. So.
Tell us about your experience with Louisiana Film Prize, particularly 2015. What do you think of this?
I love it. This is my first one, and this will be the first of hopefully many to come for every year thereafter. Absolutely, I've had a great time. Great time.
Cathrine, same question. Tell us about your experience with Louisiana Film Prize and what you've learned.
I'm really grateful for the Louisiana Film Prize. Everyone here has been so encouraging and warm and welcoming, and I think it's one of the best opportunities for an independent filmmaker to make a film, to enter a project, and actually think about my hopes and dreams. I can win $50,000 and seed my next project, and maybe feed that bigger dream, that bigger goal. And well, why couldn't you do that without Louisiana? Well, there's something about a $50,000 cash prize that is motivating. Oh, wait. I can get my friends together, whereas before, I don't know anyone. So there's some kind of motivation and some hope for the idea that I can take this money and see the big dream that I have, or I can launch myself as whatever it is that you're looking to do. And there's no other film festival in the country that does something like this, and it's unique and it's wonderful. And on top of that, what I love about Gregory is he makes the filmmaker the stars of the show. And so many other ones, you go, oh, I've got a film here, and they're like, yeah, so here's your badge, and move along, and but he makes you the focus of the film prize. He makes you the focus of all the activities, and all the extra care that goes into being the filmmaker is unlike any other film festival that I know of. And so I think it's really a fabulous experience, and I hope to be back many times over myself. And even if I don't have a film in the next year or the one after that or whenever, I'd like to come back just to see the films and participate that way, and maybe encourage other filmmakers. I just love it.
Beautiful, wonderful. Something to add?
Yeah, I think it also speaks to where shorts are right now. The momentum that they're gaining and the opportunity is obviously, I think, never been better for independent filmmakers to get their stuff shown. And there's now this short film channel, and this is a channel. See what I did there? Just to get 15, 20 minutes. You don't have to make a major motion picture. You don't have to make a 2-hour feature to get a story. I think it's almost harder to make a short, because you have to make every second, and you've got less seconds and minutes count more to the overall story making, and to be that much more engaging. There's no such thing as a pickup shot, not really, when every second counts in 15 minutes. So I think it speaks to where the future of short films are going.
Brilliant. Very good. Cathrine Hacher and Shane LeCocq, thank you very much. Good luck to the both of you. And that's 5-Star Dinner Club. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
In his trailer, he's more than likely looking for his horse.